Cooking is often framed as a simple step between raw grains and the plate, but for rice, wheat, and corn, it is more accurate to think of cooking and processing as a powerful form of nutritional engineering. The way heat, water, pressure, time, and even companion foods interact with these grains can dramatically change how starch behaves, how vitamins are preserved or lost, and how minerals become more or less available to the body. When approached intentionally, cooking methods and food pairings can turn the same grain into either a fast-digesting energy source or a slower, more metabolically gentle food that supports gut health and stable blood sugar. With rice, the most common methods, boiling, steaming, and pressure cooking, mainly influence starch gelatinization, which is the process where starch granules absorb water and swell when heated. Fully gelatinized starch, such as in soft white rice boiled in excess water, is easy to digest and tends to raise blood glucose quickly. This is not inherently negative. It can be beneficial for children, athletes, or people recovering from illness who need rapid energy. From a positive perspective, this digestibility also improves the absorption of B vitamins that survive cooking, especially when rice is eaten warm and freshly cooked. Steaming rice instead of boiling tends to preserve more water-soluble vitamins because fewer nutrients leach into discarded water, while also creating a slightly firmer texture that slows digestion just enough to feel more satisfying. Parboiling rice before milling is one of the most underappreciated processing methods from a nutritional standpoint. By soaking and partially boiling rice in the husk, vitamins and minerals migrate from the bran into the endosperm. Even after polishing, parboiled rice retains significantly more B vitamins and minerals than regular white rice. Parboiling also changes starch structure, increasing the proportion of resistant starch after cooling. When parboiled rice is cooked, cooled, and then reheated, some starch retrogrades into a form that resists digestion and feeds beneficial gut bacteria. This simple sequence, cook, cool, reheat, can noticeably lower the glycemic impact while improving satiety. Wheat shows an even stronger relationship between processing, cooking, and nutrient availability. Baking bread gelatinizes starch while denaturing proteins like gluten, making calories more accessible but also transforming texture and mouthfeel in ways that affect how fast we eat and how much we chew. Slower eating and more chewing, common with denser whole grain breads, improve glucose control and digestion. Fermentation, although not a cooking method per se, plays a crucial role here. Yeast and sourdough fermentation reduce phytic acid, a compound that binds minerals like iron, zinc, and magnesium. As a result, baked fermented wheat products can provide minerals that are more bioavailable than those in unfermented doughs, even if the raw ingredient list looks identical. Pressure cooking wheat berries or cracked wheat softens the grain more quickly and thoroughly than boiling, which improves digestibility while preserving minerals because little cooking water is discarded. The texture becomes creamy yet intact, encouraging slower eating and sustained energy release. From a positive nutritional perspective, this makes pressure-cooked wheat an excellent base for meals that aim to balance energy and fullness. When paired with legumes or seeds, the amino acid profile improves and mineral absorption increases further due to complementary phytochemical interactions. Corn stands apart because traditional processing methods like nixtamalization fundamentally redefine its nutritional value. Soaking and cooking corn in an alkaline solution, typically lime water, breaks down hemicellulose in the cell walls and releases bound niacin, preventing deficiency diseases historically associated with untreated corn-based diets. Nixtamalization also increases calcium content dramatically and improves protein quality. From a digestion standpoint, it creates a dough that cooks efficiently and delivers energy more steadily. Frying corn-based doughs does add fat, but when done moderately and combined with fiber-rich fillings like beans or vegetables, the overall glycemic response can remain surprisingly balanced. Frying, baking, and boiling across all three grains have predictable but manageable effects on vitamins. Water-soluble vitamins are most vulnerable to boiling in excess water, while baking and pressure cooking tend to preserve more nutrients due to reduced leaching. Frying introduces higher temperatures, which can reduce heat-sensitive vitamins, but it also slows gastric emptying because of added fats. This can blunt rapid glucose spikes and increase satisfaction, especially when whole grains are used. From a practical, almost lab-style perspective, home cooks can observe these differences without specialized equipment. A simple glycemic index estimate can be made by comparing how hungry or energized you feel 2 hours after eating the same portion of grain prepared in different ways. Firmer textures, visible intact grains, and slightly chewy mouthfeel usually correlate with slower digestion. Cooling grains overnight and tasting them reheated often reveals a firmer texture, signaling resistant starch formation. Texture tests are equally informative. Rice that clumps less and feels springier on the tongue has often undergone retrogradation, while very soft, sticky grains indicate complete gelatinization and faster digestion. Food pairings amplify all of these effects. Adding healthy fats like olive oil or avocado to rice reduces glucose absorption speed. Combining wheat with fermented foods or vitamin C, rich vegetables improves iron absorption. Pairing corn with beans not only balances amino acids, but also lowers the meal's overall glycemic load. Even simple additions like vinegar or citrus juice can modestly slow starch digestion and enhance mineral uptake. For home cooks, the most empowering takeaway is that nutritional quality is not fixed at the ingredient level. Choosing parboiled rice, fermenting wheat doughs, cooling and reheating grains, or using traditional corn processing methods can all shift how the body responds, often in very positive ways. Cooking becomes less about avoiding bad methods and more about aligning preparation style with personal needs, quick energy, long-lasting fullness, digestive comfort, or micronutrient density. When cooking methods and food pairings are treated as tools rather than afterthoughts, rice, wheat, and corn transform from simple staples into highly adaptable, nutrient-smart foods that support both metabolic health and culinary enjoyment.